Hello, 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 and hello, everybody. Unfortunately, I had to choose the worst time to make a message to the whole community because I'm very well aware that the old Front Movie channel was the one that we used to make these kinds of messages. And now we're using this channel, which no one was even supposed to know about because I was supposed to introduce it later. And the Fraudia TV channel, which is the channel meant for all these things, is having an issue with stream, so I had to make it here. Hey Basin, hey Lost Nuke. Alright, so we're gonna start with this with however many viewers we have right now because I do want to get this message out there, and I just don't want the trouble of writing it down, and plus it's a lot of things, and a lot of things that, if they are not said, they're going to take forever to discuss, so I'd rather just make this message and have everyone just kind of be on the same page. So, the first topic is the more important topic for me personally, and that is obviously the COVID pandemic or the coronavirus pandemic that is happening throughout the world. As far as I have understood, the United States currently is the place with the most infected people, and unfortunately, that is affecting the majority of the Fraudian community because the majority of the Fraudians are in the United States. So, with this news that has just bursted through, everyone's reporting on it. There's some shit that's popping up in media, in social media that is quite scary, that is untrue, and now some people are actually entering into panic where people were kind of just joking around. Now some people are beginning to panic because it has hit home for them. It is not just some distinct thing that's happening in Italy anymore. It's something that's here, that's now, and that most of the Fraudians that I speak to on a daily basis have coronavirus in their local city. That includes myself. So, I want to kind of level with everyone here for a moment, and I want to beg, if anything, everyone that to they have to remain calm. Okay, there are some Fraudians. I won't mention their names, obviously, um, but you need to stay calm. People need to stop freaking out. I know it's a big deal. It's not something that we're gonna recover from easily. everyone agrees that the coronavirus will have an impact. There is no uh, discussion of that. But some people that I speak to are beginning to freak out. They're beginning to do irrational things. Someone even said that they're going to die from coronavirus and they're just not going to do. So my point is, no matter how ugly the situation gets, people need to just calm down, relax, and I beg everyone to go see the WHO or the World Health Organization's webpage where the official technical count of coronavirus is. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure YouTube currently has a COVID like link on every COVID video. So it's not hard to do. Just try not to fall into the misinformation taxi and everyone just starts freaking out. So don't do that. Relax and just stay calm and spread the word. If the best thing anyone can do at this moment is you yourself as a member can help others, even if they're not in the community, to just not spread more misinformation than what already is there. So if you have a friend or a family member or whatever that you know very well and they're starting to freak out, tell them to relax and read reputable sources like the WHO website. So I beg all Fraudians that are listening to this to do this. It's very important. On behalf of the community, though, because even though it's not common, it's not common, there are some people that are spreading misinformation within the community. And even though it's not like not to my knowledge, we don't have a case of coronavirus within the community of a Freudian member. It's important to me that we keep this misinformation low so people within the community don't uh, just start freaking out and things just go wrong. So anything related to the COVID that is blatant misinformation will be seen as something that can be bannable now. This is temporary, obviously. I don't expect this to be a thing forever. But in my effort to try and make sure that that the members of the community don't overreact and don't find something that they feel is going to be the end of the world or whatever, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take this action, which is if you blatantly post something that is misinformation and it's specifically to promote misinformation, to freak people out, it's not a joke. We're in a situation where what used to be a joke now actually can cause some people to act very irrationally, to do things. And I know this technically falls under the responsibility of the person taking those actions, but we're at a moment that we all need to help out, or we all need to take our part in trying to make sure that everyone's okay and make sure that they don't start doing dumb things like this kid that wanted to sell all his things because he thought he was going to die because of coronavirus. So that's the action that's going to be taken. I repeat, if you deliberately spread misinformation about the COVID, and it's with malintent, then that can be bannable. I am seeing some things. Memes are okay, like so long as you make it clear that it is a meme, that it's haha, it's meant for jokes. But if it's like, oh, seriously, dude, just drink some chlorine, like, and you'll be fine. Like that's blatant misinformation, right? And some people, because it's something that's affecting them, or their family members, or that it's just freaking them out, it's just not cool. So that was the first two topics and the ones that I wanted to really, kind of hit home with. The next topic I wanted to do is regarding bot creators and regarding people who code bots and that do great things for the community. And by coders, this is uh, kind of going with bot developers for Discord and also going with developers that include some level of code in other places like Minecraft, for instance. So people that work with command blocks, they're also kind of on this boat, but this is mainly for the bot developers on Discord. Um, I've been looking at it and thinking about it for a while. At least I know that Lost Nuke out there, he knows that I've been trying to kind of streamline everything and to make sure that everything is, uh, you know, doable, because there is a lot of things that we do need done. There's a lot of things that we want to see out of the bot creators. But it's also a bit unfair because they do put their work, they put their effort in sometimes, and no, it's their creations, and we're using them, and it's the benefit of all of them, all of us. So, for instance, the soul bank, sorry, that we have in most Fraudian servers is quite of use, at least in Caveton, and to some extent Exrovia and the other servers. But my point is, bots, especially the bots that we have planned, are starting to become a huge part of this community and starting to become um, important. They were already important, but now they're more important than ever. Uh, so one thing that I am proposing to Congress, and hopefully the other servers are okay with this, and I have gotten some questions about this beforehand, like where we're going to get stuff from, where we're going to get the resources from. Um, but I am looking into the possibility that all bot creators, all bot makers, whatever you want to call them, the possibility that if they do something for the community, that they get paid in U.S. currency. Uh, I don't know the mediums of which. I don't know through which system. I don't know if it will be through PayPal or some other service or Western Union. I'm not quite sure about that yet, but I do want something like this to happen because it is an incentive. It's an incentive, and these people who are, putting in code, they have some knowledge about this. Maybe this is part of their careers in the future. It's a good thing to kind of start getting freelance, starting the freelance work like this. So I think this would be a modest, uh, if not necessary, kind of payment. Sort of like a thank you, at least when it comes directly to the community. I will have to talk over them and see, talk over with the other leaders and see what they think about this idea. But I do want something like this to be done, just so we can get more people that make bots to help us out, and for the people that are already there to get some sort of remuneration, some sort of payment for their work. Because at the end of the day, it is work. It is uh, important. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, and I guess the final thing we're going to talk about, is the new verification system and report system. So, a long time ago, we're going to go into a little bit of history right now. A long time ago, we used to have a verification system where we knew, or we could tell a person from a Fraudian and a non-Fraudian, because there was a system, we had a database that would collect all sorts of information. The problem with this system is that it's old and that it doesn't, it's not flexible enough, right? And especially now that we're on Discord where people join and leave and I'll constantly move, it's it's almost impossible to keep track of everyone uh, the way that we currently do. And I know that we tried to fix this beforehand with bots, but honestly, I think even though this would be a good topic for bots to handle, I think it's something that should be not so practical uh, for people to do in terms of verification, in terms of actually getting them listed into the system. In other words, the idea of the verification system was to register fraudians. Now the idea of this verification system is to get dedicated members, to only verify people that are dedicated fraudians, because most people that were verified are the people that are still around today. Like people that were verified in 2016, 2015, or whatever, whenever this verification system was made, they're still around today. That's 4 years, mind you. That's 4 years of them being in the community. So it's not nothing. And it's important for me that we get quality members, and it should be in the interest of everyone else, whether they be server leaders and whatnot. We need a system to have a backup just in case. We used to have member care for this. And the member care system was okay, but it required a server. And the issue with servers is, as we saw with my case, member care got nuked along with my account. So the solution, unfortunately, cannot be on Discord in terms of verification. Specifically, in terms of verification, the system can no longer be in Discord. So I guess for me, the best way we can do a system like this is to bring back some essence of the old registry. And I know I'm going to sound like an old fuck, but I'm pretty sure we're going to want to use something like a Google Docs, so Google Forms in this case, for people to just sign up through there and just kind of do an old-fashioned system. And for this, because it's not run by bots, because it's a system that has to kind of be run manually, this can be a way for members to earn soles or souls, whatever you want to call them, which is another topic I'm going to touch on, the last topic I'm going to touch on, which is a system that people can earn currency from, because we're going to need people to have or to register the people that want to be registered, that want to be verified within every server. Um, so these would be some sort of recruiters, like we did back in the day. Recruiters back in the day did this exact same thing. They would find people on Xbox, they would register them as Fraudians, and bada bing, bada boom, they would be members. In this case, it would be team leaders or some, I don't know what their title is going to be yet, but they would be people that specifically look out for good members, or it could be the regional leaders themselves that register the people that they want to keep, the people that are good and that they don't want to lose them for whatever reason in the future. Those are the people that are going to be registered under the frauding system. And just like in the olden days, whenever someone got registered, they got 1,000 fraud points. Now they're going to get 10 soles. That's the idea. So far, it can be changed in the future. I'm not opposed to that change. But that is the idea, to bring back that system to some extent. I'm going to talk this over with, like before, like with everything, the Congress, and see what they think about it. But I think this would be a good way for us to know precisely who is a good Fraudian, who is a good member, and that will stick with us through thick and thin for however long this community will last, which it's going to be this year 8 freaking years. So I am willing to bet that we still have a long ways to go. And along with this system, we can also have a report system. A report system that will allow us to see precisely how many issues of a certain variety we have in the community, whether it be bullying, cyberbullying, whether it be uh, self-harm manipulation, whatever issue that we have, we should have a report system, a unified report system that both leaders and normal members can use anonymously. That's the key thing. Anonymous use of this report system. So that's the idea with this new unified registry, this new system that we're going to try and implement soon. I'm not quite sure in how much time the system will be implemented. Besides, I need to get the authorization of Congress, and we need to work out the details on how payment's going to work, of the people that are going to make this run, or if there are people that are going to make this run. But I'm pretty sure it would be something along those lines. And the final thing that we're going to touch on is the soul in and of itself. For the people that know, we have the Fraudian sol as the currency. Some people we just call it sols, people like soles, and I know that the spelling of this is a little difficult to figure out because like the spelling it's SOLES for plural, but in singular it's SOL, and no one knows what the frick it is because when you tell them, hey, we use the sol, they're like, what's that, you know? So I have been thinking about it a lot, and I am willing to begin to change the name of the currency. And I know there's going to be at least one person that's going to defend the name because it's a name that we've been using for a while now. But I think it could be a good idea to change the name to something that's more recognizable. However, I do have to state, I do have to say that the word point is out of the system, out of the running of this because we've used point too many times in the past. We had the fraught point and then we had the new fraught point. And what's this going to be like the new fraught point? That sounds stupid. And the word dollar is out of the question because we don't want people getting confused. Oh no, it's a Fraudian dollar and this and that. So a lot of things already have dollar. It needs to be a unique name. Uh, and I urge the leaders from every region and colony to see what they think the currency should be changed to if we do want to change the name. Um, so, send in the recommendations. I'm all ears. I will be personally doing a bit of a survey in Caveton to see what everyone thinks, and from that point on, we can just go and we'll see what happens. Well then, that basically covers everything. So just to do a quick recap, COVID, yes, it is serious. Yes, it will have an impact. Please do not freak out. Number two, misinformation. If you purposefully post misinformation in any Fraudian server about the COVID, about the coronavirus, and I mean deliberately, with the intent of misinformation, that is bannable. Okay? Memes are okay because you're joking and hopefully you make it clear that whatever it is that you're posting is a joke. But there's a clear difference between posting things specifically to misinform people and uh, posting things because you want to poke a little fun at this honestly terrible situation that we're living in. Bot stimulus. Bot creators from the community. I'm looking into paying them with US dollars for their work, at least when it comes directly in relation to the community. I do not have clear, or it's not necessarily clear, when, or better yet said, which method this payment would take. In all likelihood, it could be PayPal, but obviously not everyone has a PayPal, and I think PayPal takes up like 20, like 10% of the cut, which is stupid. I don't know. That might be misinformation right there. I don't necessarily know how much it is, but it's dumb. And the new verification system uh, to have people register like the good old days, and then if they register under this new verification system, they would be paid 10 of the currency. And the final topic was the changing of the currency's name from the current Fraudian sol to Fraudian whatever. That's up for you guys to decide, and up for the regional leaders and the leaders from everywhere to kind of think, what should the currency be called? Like I said, dollars and points are out of the question. Uh, but I am open to basically almost any alternative so long as it's not like a bad word or something. Because I think everyone could agree that although 5 Fraudian fucks would be given, that would be a pretty silly thing to do. So that cuts it. That's it for this message to the community. And well, I hope everyone has a good day. Stay safe. Wash your freaking hands. And that's it. Well, if you guys have any questions, I'll post them in chat. I am reading, so go ahead and post them. The Fraudian Ren, sure, I guess that could be a thing. The Minecoin, Fraudian Yens. Oof. So the stream crashed? Oh no, that's not good. Oh no. Oh well. We'll see how the stream goes then.